Toptio back here again. Gonna get started on my third miniature, Ranger 2. This one is gonna be the one armed with a plasma culverin. A plasma Caliver. Hopefully, since there's a few more pieces here, I'll be able to get into a bit finer detail, but I'm also gonna do the paint and then assembly process because the previous piece, it just wasn't going to work. And I don't want to go ahead and, I believe this is number 5 in the book that comes with the Adeptus Mechanicus Guitari set. I'm going to skip past 3 and 4 because those are the Arquebus versions, and I really don't want to mess those up yet. See what I can do and make sure I can get this down. This looks like it's going to have a bit more space for me to work out my blue, which I've been struggling with, and to make sure that I can get it inside the cape and get good detail on the feet and the legs here. There should be plenty of opportunity for me to try everything. Also, the helmet's a little bit different, so I'll be able to see what I can do with that. I'm going to go ahead and get this primed up in my what is it? The Chaos Black, and then I'll be right back. Back again after priming my third Ranger, but now I've got my helping hands soldering kit to help out holding the pieces. See here, I've got the base, it's clipped on both sides. I've got my lower torso. Comes with this handy dandy light up magnifying glass. I don't know if the camera will let you see how well I can see it through it, but it's not actually zooming through the camera, but I can see much clearer now through that. For some reason, my eyes were just not focusing very well on that. Now I'm gonna apply my first coat on this, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Now, I don't have to hold it and my big clumsy hands don't get in the way. We'll see how much of a difference this actually makes. Gotta say, after my first little pass through with the helping hands, I've done a much better job. I can get more of the finer details. I just started here on the feet, and I was able to fully coat them, get almost all the way up to the hip, and do pretty well on painting everything. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to focus. You can't really see it from up here, but the little pipes in between his legs, I was able to get a better detail on. Let's see if I can put it on the glass. You see there, I got it painted. With this one in particular, I'm able to rotate each of these gator clips as I'm going along and make sure I can get everything around the piece without having to worry about getting my hands dirty, and if I happen to have a bad angle on it, I can just kind of adjust the entire little stand here. I really like this helping hands thing. It's got a different cycle of lights here. I believe this is the light, then you've got a bright, then you've got an off yellowish color. Sorry, I've also got my other background light here. Let's see if I can turn that off. But yes, you got your light, yellow, and then a bluish. And it's got 10 different levels of brightness that you can put on it as well. You can go dimmer, you can go brighter, depending upon what level you want to use there. This is a great thing, mostly because I had a hard time focusing in on the smaller pieces. Now I can see much better once I'm looking through the magnifying glass. Again, through the camera, it doesn't really show it very well, but you can definitely see much better using this thing than not. It comes with, 5 gator clips and the magnifying glass on it. So you can hold a couple of pieces at once, or what I'm really hoping to get is once I get this piece based, I'll be able to hold it all on the base while I'm looking for the smaller, finer details to go ahead and paint it. I can definitely get my brush and see what it's doing with the paint as I'm going along. I'm going to wrap this one up and keep going here. Finish painting this lower torso and the rest of these pieces. I'll be back with an evaluation, but so far it's going pretty well. Another mid-first coat video here. This magnifying glass has helped me already build my confidence. As you can see, I'm working here on the back part of the upper torso, and I was able to get my red much closer to the pipes than I would have had the courage to do previously, because I can just see it better. When I'm painting, I can see how much paint is left on my brush and get a good idea of when I need to dab it again. I can also see where I need to apply a quick second coat to help improve the coverage. These gator clips on the stand kind of just pop out, so if I need to inspect it or get a quick rotation of it, I can do that. And what I really like is that if I need to change my hold point, like here you see it's clamped up at the upper part of the torso. If I needed to clamp down at the lower end of the cape, I could just bring in another helping hand gator clip and roll that way. And also, the gator clip itself acts as a barrier. If I just clamp in harder or closer towards the bottom of the pipes, I would prevent myself from painting over that area that I don't want to paint over. Really enjoying that part of it. And now that this piece is done and I need to just set it to the side, all I have to do is move it out of the way, and then I can rotate in the next piece that I want to cover without having to adjust my position or my focus. I can just rotate in, handy dandy, hey, there's that piece, and kind of at the same time keep that blend going that I've got on my brush already with the paint levels, with everything else. Again, it's handy dandy. The gator clip, as you see, again, is going to prevent me from going too far up into the pipe area with my brush. Perhaps not on this side. I'd have to rotate the grip on it, but it'll definitely prevent me from going too harshly in other areas. Like here, you definitely see, like, that is going to be my natural stop point with my paintbrush. So I'm really digging this. It is so helpful. The light is neither here nor there yet, but that's because I'm working in a brightly lit room anyway. But I imagine if I was doing any kind of work at night, this would be really helpful. It's already helping with the eye strain. I can tell you that right now. Normally my eye strain would be pretty fierce if I'm trying to look at these pieces just holding it in my hand. Really got to recommend this. And I see you down there, Purity. I see you. I see you. All right, I'm gonna get back at it and keep going here. I'll come back when I'm done. And here we have our Ranger Caliver, Ranger number 3 out of the box. Painted and assembled, or at least the first coat painted. I haven't done the blue on the rifle or on the backpack, but this is just to show you that I can get a lot more detail using my helping hands than I was able to get previously. Like here on the gun, you can see the 3 black circles. That's because I was able to actually see those fine details and deal with that and go around them instead of just trying to slather it all in paint. Yes, I got some minor flecks there where the energy bands would go, the little Jacob's ladder, and that's fine. I'll be able to recover that. But definitely with going with the paint then assemble method, I was able to make sure that I could get the upper torso painted the way I wanted it to. The cape, I could definitely get inside the cape, get the legs, get the hoses inside of there done the way I wanted to. And just in general, I could get the feet, I could get everything done better doing the paint then assemble method. Now, when I did glue everything together, of course, the glue wanted to melt as much paint as possible, but I was just able to come back and rework over that really quick. Again, the magnifying glasses allowed me to paint the upper and lower portions of this backpack and leave the black there without making it too much of a strain. I'm able to see where my paintbrush is going and exactly how far I am away from any of the edges that I don't wish to paint. And I really, really like that. Again, my black and red color scheme with the gold and silver on the hoses, or the silver for the hoses, the gold for anything like a sensor or equipment, or I'm sorry, the bronze for the equipment and even the chest piece, and then a bit more gold on the actual weapon itself. Seems to be working out well for me. I'm still struggling with trying to come up with a way to get the blue I want to work out, but I'll get that. And once I'm done with that, I think I can come back and do all the pieces individually. But again, just this level of detail versus, let's move this piece over a little bit so we can make some space here for the second piece that I did with the assemble then paint. Let's see here. Get that to zoom in real quick. I just did not feel good with the job that I was able to get done here. Even when I came back and let everything dry and had a moment to chill, I really could not get inside inside the cloak like I wished to. I still had trouble doing the legs. I'm just going to leave this piece as it is, as just an example that I can perhaps tell a story of a little bit later. But as you see, everything, the color scheme is going to fit, I think, across all the pieces here. It's just, I was able to do a much finer detail work here on this third one than I was able to get done on the second one. And if you watch my Ranger 2 video, I was not happy with it when I was done. Again, I'm not Picasso, but I definitely want to be able to do a much finer job going forward than I was able to do on this piece. And I believe my helping hands is going to help me get that done. Particularly if I can get even to more minute pieces of detail. To be honest, this third piece took me longer than the second. And it took me longer than the first one. But now with the helping hands and the magnifying glass, I feel better about the work that I'm able to get done. Because I know that I've covered in detail what I needed to cover. And the magnifying glass really, put it in game terms, it helps me re-roll my misses. Because as I'm going along painting it, I see what I'm missing and I can see it better and sharper and how close I need to get. And I can go back and do that while I'm sitting at the table with the paint on the brush, as opposed to once it's dried out. I can go ahead and cover my mistakes a lot faster. I can be a bit more creative. Well, not creative, but definitely less fearful as I'm painting sitting at the table. So when I am done, it makes me feel as if I have accomplished more in that session than anything else. But yes, now I'm able to make a few more choices. Like here, I'm able to make the black backpack, leave a gap if I choose to, or paint. If I wanted to, I could have painted each of those 3 cylinders at the top individually or tighter, because I have that much more vision available to me. I think going ahead and finishing this up shouldn't take me too much longer. Now that I have a good feel for working with the magnifying glass and the helping hands in general, and they were so helpful in holding this base still while I was gluing everything together. So there's definitely less melting going on, or whatever it is the glue is actually doing to the pieces. I still haven't quite figured out how to get no gap in my molds. Like here at the bottom of the cloak, you see that it's see-through there on both the second and the third one. But we'll go ahead and figure that out later. Again, this is just a third piece that I've tried to assemble at any point. I may be doing it wrong or reading the instructions incorrectly, or I just don't have my glue points done. But yes, I believe I'm making pretty good progress here. I really like this base. I'm going to come back and clean up this third piece, but it's just for something that's presentable and painted and ready to go. I feel much better about this third one than I ever felt about the second one. Even as I was doing it, I was like, this is so much better. This is so much more fun. I can get my silver color here on the piping and get really close to where the pants are, then come back and do the pants in the color that I want them to. Particularly here on the hand is silver, the gun is gold. I was able to get much closer there. I was able to do the helmet a little bit better than I thought I would be able to, and definitely could see more of what was happening there. Again, I'm just thoroughly impressed using a magnifying glass that came with this Helping Hands kit. And using the Helping Hands kit, clipping this piece in means that at least one of my hands isn't shaking when I'm trying to do some operation, which is hugely beneficial to my skill set, and definitely great for my morale, because I can sit there and really focus in on how sharply the hand with the paintbrush is doing, and then be like, okay, I got this, and my motivation stays up. I'm able to better deal with everything, and I'm looking forward to finishing off all 10 pieces. So maybe I can have my whole little kill squad here ready to go. So from right to left, you got the Ranger Alpha, you've got Ranger number 2, which was assemble then paint, and then Ranger 3 here, which was paint then assemble again, but using the Helping Hands and the magnifying glass. So eventually and conveniently, my palette has 10 slots, which is also the number of pieces that I will have once I've completed the whole set. And we'll be able to see how they all look, and just have a rotatable collection of the past videos and see what's going on there. Yeah. Video 4 coming out as soon as I can get my editing skills up, but it shouldn't be too much longer.